Alright, well, I'm not prepared for this, which I'm never prepared, but what we're going to do is look at this term, because we've all heard that, right? Alright, we're going to go out of this. Well, this just popped in my head because I was wanting to talk about the eclipse, but this sort of has to do with it. Because the moon controls the fluids in your anatomy. Mania. Obsessive preoccupation. Manic depressive. Alternating between attacks of mania and depression, as in bipolar disorders. What is a bipolar disorder definition? Is this it? Having two poles or pertaining to both poles. Describing neurons that have processes at both ends. Pertaining to mood disorders in which both depressive episodes and manic or hypomanic episodes occur. Listen, that's not what it is. We know all about this. Look, the unseen. Listen, what that is this. Right there it is. That's what we're saying. Look, anything. Let's go over here. A term. Like let's look up a term. Let's see if that's in this. Because that's what it represents. It's demon. Let's see if the word term is in Saturn's Law Dictionary. Let's just see we might. Terms. Terminus hominis, which is ecclesiastical practice. Imagine that. It's a time of determination of appeals. But it's all Saturnian. Terminus. But I ain't getting into all this crazy shit. Term. There we go. Alright. So what we have is these are terms or phrase. So it's a word or a phrase. An expression. Particularly one which possesses a fixed and known meaning in some science, art, or profession. So in theirs, which is fucking black magic sorcery, by definition in hiding, because a word or a phrase. Do you see raw in phrase? The same way that the raw, raise, pray, rain, grain, brain, and all that. Well, phrases, the raw, phrases in it penetrates our subconscious the same way the sun rays penetrates everything and gives it life. The phrases through black magic sorcery penetrates our subconscious. And then we have big shit like this and go, this is fucking real. This is black magic Saturn sorcery that I'm giving you. Telling you, I can see it for what it is. So it's a particularly one which possesses a fixed and known, possession. Since I'm a demon and I've got people under my spells and sorcery, they're under my possession. So my phrase, my my idea goes into their head from childbirth, knowing that they go to these structures and it is fucking real. You're Ahri-Man. That's what you are. You're Ahri-Man. They have prepared. Ahri-Man will be in physical form as a leader eventually. Everybody's these little Ahri-Manic. And see, look, if you don't pay attention to the moon, Luna, then you're a lunatic. Okay? Right. And they throw you in the asylum. In civil law, which is not, this is crazy. In estates, term signifies the bounds, limitation, or extent of time for which an estate is granted. Of course, time. That's Saturn. Listen, it drives me crazy because I didn't pick this. Like some things, and you got a current too, and you don't know. The wheel in the sky keeps on, the wheel of fortune. Of course, the word term has to do with a session. So a word or a phrase. And then word in the middle of it is or. Because the word itself, we have no idea where these fucking words come from. I need to do a video on words and their meaning. Which is, there's impossible for the average brain because they can't fucking figure it out. They would be like, listen, it's not about just watching it and listening. It's, our brains are designed to get an answer right now, and this shit takes time. Because when you go at somebody and go, listen, do you know what all this represents? Fucking black magic sorcery. That's what it meant. That's what, look, that whole industry is this. Look, and it used to be that, and that's where this comes from. That's where these cars come from. That's where this comes from. It's where Cersei comes from, which goes into Kirky, which goes into Kirk, which goes into Captain Kirk, which goes into this word. And because this is the Enterprise, this and this, and that's the number one. Let's see what Ahri-Man represents. What does Ahri-Man represent? Well, a destructive and evil spirit. Ahri-Man represents a destructive and evil spirit in the yada yada yada. Okay, so how can you, just real quick from that right there, what do you get? What do you get from that? Destructive. And look, that's 2, and that's the 16th letter. 216 is 6 times 6 times 6. Alright, let me see. Hang on. Hang on. The absolute evil. They, for some reason, they've taken some stuff out. That's fucking hilarious because I used to be able to Google straight to it. But it represents, let's see what Webster's is. Nothing. It represents confusion, chaos, disorder. So in there, that's going to happen when the material's not in there. And then you throw in, like, let me just say this. Look, all that shit out there growing depends on those lights, and they say don't look. But yet they say, look at this. That's how fucking backwards everybody is. They're dumb. That's our whole point. They are so dumb that's how fucking mind controlled that they are. That they think that in reality it's this, not that. That shit charges you. Well, that does too. And that's our whole point. In less than fucking 10 minutes, we've gave you so much information with the most common logical fucking sense known to man. You just gotta bust out of that. Hey, it's fucking crazy. I can't put together that I'm fucking seeing 5 hours of TV a day and always looking down, there's a billboard. Damn, I'm Ahri-Manic. You know, and I know because I went to this school and I memorized that shit. Well, we know. You don't know. That's our whole point. And Ahri-Manic represents one fucking sided. Okay? That's one-sided. He's crazy. There's a better way. No, there's not. Ahri-Manic. Republican, Democrat. One brain. They're both wings, right? Left and right parties. Well, they got one fucking head on a bird. Because the brain and the feathers on the dollar bill is guiding the corporation. In the Phoenix, truthfully. And then we're at the end of it. It's very easy. It's so fucking easy, it's not even funny anymore. Because it's just literally like torture now. Because I've said it before, they have to see what else comes out. They have to. There's no fucking way. And they know that I'm saving my seed. And so they know that every month that my shit is literally multiplying my cells. And what I mean by that is when you discharge your semen, then you lose the brain. You lose your connection to above your head. I'm being for real. Should make sense. Not one church, not one, is talking about that. Instead, you get Beyonce's, Taylor Swift's, Cardi B's, and all this horrible shit. Teaching children to go out and just do whatever. And it is fucking sick. And that's another thing. These people will take up for all that shit, go to the fucking concert, insert in the con, we're going to grab those emotions because of Satan. And those Ahri-Manic beings, we're going to keep them in little groups even though they're against each other. But they represent one dummy. Basically, is what it is. Now, I got to go because I'm tired, but I got to do some shit because I'm kind of fucking pissed off and I can't get mad. You know, I literally did some CEO shit, like literally showed people like this is the setup you're going to do, hurt myself in the process, but showed them a visual and literally ran like a fucking corporation, like a millions of dollar corporation. Oh, sorry, we didn't see any of it because we're selfish. And that's what I keep trying to get through to them. I'm like, listen, it's not just y'all. It is fucking everybody. If it's not about them, they ain't gonna do it. And that's what I said. And I said, if I had a fucking $1 million right now, it would be different. And I said, but that's not the case. And plus two, I've already seen it. Listen, money, it destroys the drive in the individual. And it destroys everything about them. It makes them lazy. It makes them fucking justify everything. They won't trust me, I'm around it every fucking day. I've blasted some of them old men at the golf course. Some of them won't say nothing to me. Some of them do. But it's just, you know, because, I mean, listen, it doesn't matter if that old man's got a $200,000 vet and is worth $80 million. That motherfucker's out there in the ditch picking up balls, thinking he's going to get some balls when he could buy the whole fucking club, private club. Do you understand? And that's the motherfuckers right here. That's what I'm saying. They get to a point to where all they do is run around with their shit and their toys given to them by the controllers. And then their minds don't exercise at all in retirement. Retire the mind. And so they're out there fucking around. Next thing you know, they're shaking. Yeah, Matt's crazy. I said he's going to fucking get it before he got it. I said I can fucking show y'all what's going to happen. He is fucking crazy. Let's go. Yeah. And it's like, God almighty. And then every now and then you'll see one of them scraggling ones come be like, hey man, shit, I hear you, brother. And I know y'all go through the same thing. I love you.